Everyone and welcome to another Clash Royale episode. This time I'm going to show you the best deck in my opinion for Arena 4. It also works well in Arena 3 and Arena 5. So this is the deck. It is very good defensively, it's very good offensively. The main defensive troops are the cannon and pretty much everything except for the hogs, and the offensive one are everything except for the cannon. The also good part about this one is that only one epic card is used. It's the dragon. All of you got it, so this is a deck that all of you can get. You can make some small changes. You can replace the fireball with the arrows or with this rocket, and you can replace the hogs with something else that can be deadly for your enemy, like the goblin barrel, like the P.E.K.K.A., like the giant, like the balloon. I don't like the giant skeletons, it's very easy to handle. You can use the X-bow as well. You can use maybe a free spell, a rage spell. There are so many options that you can use, and you can change the hog if you don't like it, if it's low level, and you get something else which is high level. So the idea is going to be using two troops at the same time. There are many combinations. You can use the dragon and the musketeer, you can use the hogs and the goblins, the hogs and the bomber, the barbarians and the bomber. There's so many options that you can use, but the whole idea is that you're using only two options at the same time. Don't drop too many of them unless time ends and you're about to win and stuff like that. You want to save some cards for defense just in case your enemy is going to surprise you. Cannon is going to be used to be put in the middle of the base, and this is going to be effective against pretty much every troop possible. Every troop that you can see over here, you can get it defensively very easily. And during the attacks that I'm going to show you in a second, I'm going to show you how I'm doing that. So let's start seeing some attacks. So this episode is going to be a bit long because I want to show you all of the stuff not in slow motion but in normal speed, because making it 2 times faster is just going way too fast and you cannot understand things. So first of all, notice that I was waiting for the elixir to end, and then I've released the dragon from the bottom, added the musketeer. So he used 2 dragons against me with that mirror, and I knew that this one is going to be a tough battle. This is a level 7 guy against me, only level 5. I'm using the cannon to distract those dragons and the hogs, and then finishing those hogs with the barbarians. So dragons are not doing that much damage to buildings, and this is why I decided making sure that I'm not dropping any unneeded troops on the dragon. So notice on this one he's using the skeletons and I'm using the bomber. He's very effective against the skeletons, and if I'm gonna be able to drop one bomb on the buildings just as I did, this is good as well. And now sending the musketeer. So this guy doesn't have elixir and my musketeer does some damage. So again, he's sending minions. I'm dropping the cannon in the middle. 4 of those minions are going to the center, and this distracts them while my buildings are able to shoot them down. So he done a lot of damage, something like 30% damage on each of my buildings. So this is not good, but not too bad. I can deal with that. So right now he's sending those golems from the upper part of the base. No idea why he does that. They're not very effective. And now I'm sending the barbarians and the hog from the right side. So neglected the defense a bit on the left side, and he's gonna be able to do a lot of damage. And now again he's sending the skeletons from the right side. I'm dropping the bomber again and getting rid of those skeletons. My goblins are doing a bit damage on his left building, but this is definitely not enough. So on this one I'm using the rocket and not the fireball, and this is something that I used before. I thought that the rocket is gonna be better, but I changed my mind. I think that the fireball is more effective in those battles, and right now I managed getting his building with the dragon and the musketeer, and he's using 2 hogs at me, and I'm destroying it with the goblins and the bomber. So using a dragon to get rid of those minions, and now he sends the hogs and dropping the barbarians, and this way I'm able to get rid of that hog. He's dropping another hog at me. This is so crazy against level 7 with that mirror. It's so freaking impossible getting a win, but I'm gonna tell you that I did manage getting the win eventually. So I'm sending a hog with the bomber. He's sending a hog as well. In the last second I'm gonna be able to get rid of that hog. with the cannon and with those goblins, and meanwhile on the left he neglected his defense and I was able to get another building. So this was a very tough one, and I was definitely lucky that I was able to get it. So usually when you're not outmatched like that one, or if you're not doing a major mistake, usually you will be able to win with this kind of method. So again, I'm sending the dragon from the left side. He's sending only 3 minions, and I'm sending the bomber right behind. So the reason I sent the bomber is because he used the witch. So sometimes you will not have in the beginning the troops that you want to send. I usually like sending the dragon and the musketeer. Sometimes it's not going to be possible. It really depends on what's in your deck, and witches are very easy to handle when you have the cannon. The cannon is only 3 elixir, and this is the reason I think it's the most effective building. People like using the Tesla as well. I mean, I didn't try it that much, but I think that the cannon is more effective because it takes less elixir. And now again I'm sending the dragon together with the musketeer, and the good thing about the musketeer, once it locks on the building, there's nothing that the enemy can do except for killing it. There's nothing that can distract it, and this is good. So using some goblins over here to distract the dragon and the minion for a couple of seconds, and now I made a small mistake, ran those barbarians over there, and this way the prince is doing some damage to me, so I'm dropping the bomber. This is a mistake. I mean, I couldn't expect that he's gonna send the prince, but this was a mistake when you look at it. After it, not sure if I could do much, but this is what it is. And he's sending the hog at the cannon, a pretty stupid move because my buildings are getting rid of it very easily. So now I'm sending the hogs. I still got the rocket and I can easily take out his building, but I wasn't sure that it's gonna be enough, so I sent the hogs to do a bit more damage. I didn't expect it to take out the building, and eventually took it out, so this is good. So dragon is sent from the right side, he's sending a dragon as well, and he's sending a witch from the left, and I'm sending my barbarian to get rid of the witch. So right now he's sending that fireball at the building. It's not enough. I'm dropping the cannon just to make sure that I'm protecting this one, and those are gonna kill his hog. So his last chance is sending that prince from the left side, but I'm dropping the barbarians on time and they're getting rid of that prince, and I think that time is gonna run out and he's not gonna be able to get another building. So notice the way I'm using the cannon to distract pretty much everything, whether it's a dragon, witches, skeletons, everything, hogs. You can distract pretty much everything with the cannon in the center, and this is very important that you bring it. So getting another awesome win over here, and we're gonna see 2 more attacks. Those ones are gonna be run with the original deck, with a new deck that I'm using, and you're gonna see how that works. So first of all, I'm dropping, I don't have the dragon, so I'm dropping the musketeer. He drops a lot of troops, and right now I'm sending the cannon. It distracts all of them, and I'm dropping the dragon to make sure that I'm getting rid of all of them. So send the hogs to get rid of that building, but this guy put that thing. This is the building that I hate the most. It's the toughest to deal with this kind of strategy, and sometimes I managed winning it, sometimes it was a tie, sometimes I lost it when I was outmatched. But this bomber in that building is very annoying, and it's a bit tough dealing with it. So this guy goes with a lot of power with the giant, with the barbarians, minions, witches, and notice how the defense is working on this one, and the building was barely hurt. So I'm sending the hogs, he's getting the skeletons in, but it's not important. That hog done enough damage. You don't need the hog to take out the whole building in 2 seconds. It's enough that it deals small damage each time. Even if it drops the skeleton, it still deals some damage. So I was a bit late with the barbarians on the right side, and now he's dropping his annoying building again. I'm dropping the dragon because it's the most effective, and then using the fireball, which is also effective against those buildings. So right now All I need to do is defend and drop a fireball on the building, and I'm gonna win it. So this is why you use the fireball. You want to bring it because it's very important to set situations when the enemy is defending very well and there's small percentage of health for a building. You want to take it out with a fireball. So I'm dropping my barbarians and this guy drops a fireball on them. Dropping the dragon, this guy comes with the skeletons. I'm dropping the cannon, and notice the way I distract the prince with a couple of goblins and the bomber. And this is very funny because no one does any damage to each one. I mean, I did a bit damage on the left side, and I'm gonna attack the left side, so I'm dropping the musketeer together with the dragon. The dragon deals well with the witch and the minions, and this way the musketeer deals a bit damage. So he's sending the prince, and it was distracted a bit by the cannon, but not enough, and he's able to do a lot of damage to my base. So a bit late with the bomber, but those skeletons didn't manage to do a lot of damage. So musketeer is used against the bomber, dropping the cannon again. So right now it's 2 times faster on the elixir. Dropping the fireball. It does small damage to that skeleton, but this is definitely not enough. And again, he's sending the prince at me, but I was able to get rid of it with 2 cannons and the bomber. So he's sending that big skeleton again. I'm dropping the barbarian on it, and again he's attacking me non-stop. And notice how this cannon again distracting and allowing me going for the attack. So usually you want to use your troops in a defense in a way that they're gonna benefit you on offense. If you're just defending in a way that the enemy kills your troops, you kill his troops, and nothing happened, this is not going to help you. You gotta attack, you gotta defend in a way that will help you attack. So if he drops ground targets, use an air troop to take them out. For example, against witches, you can use a dragon, and a witch cannot do a lot of damage to the dragon. So there are many examples. I didn't show all of them. Try this deck. I think it's gonna work very well for you. Let me know in the comments how well that worked for you. My clanmates said that it works pretty well for them. It's good